I read Raven Boys, the graphic novel adaptation, and I will say I did give it 3 stars. When I was in middle school, I did read the trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. I'm not quite sure. I stopped at Blue, Lily, Lily, Blue. Don't remember anything about it. In fact, I didn't really remember anything about this book either. Um, so I'm gonna get into spoilers now. I'm just gonna put that out here just right away. Here we go. The only thing I remembered was about Noah. Like, but I didn't remember when Noah turned into a ghost and all of that. I thought that was in later books. No. So that was kind of a little bit of a shock for me. I completely forgot about the whole thing of it's like, oh, if she kisses whole true love that he will die. Completely forgot about that as well. I thought it was fun. I think it's a fun concept. However, comma, I have no idea what happened in the end. I had visual aid with this book. I don't understand what happened. And maybe that's part of the point. Let's get into the tarot of it all, right? So I don't know about the other forms of divination, but the cards themselves, I was looking at it and I'm like, it's not what I would read. um, Wheel of Fortune, the levels, Page of Cups, and Death card. I understand that the author wanted to make it seem like the Death card means death, like someone actually not being alive anymore, but that's not necessarily what like it refers to. It's just like the end of a cycle being done, right? Something has ended for something else to begin. So I understand that in this we wanted to have a very literal like, oh, this is gonna be what happens. I understand that that is simply just for plot. However, that wouldn't necessarily be the thing that I think that that reading might mean, especially for a child. Um, Granted, they did have other forms of divination too, so I'm sure it was just for confirmation at that point. I do think having the kiss be Page of Cups is adorable because it is a love awful and it is potentially, especially since they're going to be teenagers at this time and we're telling this to a child, it's like, oh, a kiss, juvenile or like a little mature. I was trying to read this one. Um, oh, sorry, this one. And honestly, I don't really know what this was kind of referring to. Three of Swords. See, I don't know what spread they were using, and it looks like they're using a very specific kind of spread. At Yancey's um, reading and them pulling the page, like that's kind of cute. That being a little awful, but then the death card. So I think that what this was trying to be is like that reading trying to come forth, and that does make sense. Like if there was a message and there was a message. Um, That being said, they didn't need to act weird because I truly don't have not heard of, and granted I'm not like really in spaces, but having death card mean literal death, that's it just means the cycle ends. It doesn't mean death. Like that kind of comes from the idea that the death card is like the most scariest card ever. It's not really like them freaking out like that kind of signals like, oh, what's wrong? Meanwhile, they could have been like, oh yeah, so um, the love offer that you wanted to give or you will give potentially, or someone might give to you because we don't know who's giving the love offer, will end some kind of cycle in your life. That might be romantic or platonic type thing. Technically, because love awful can be any kind of love. It could be a platonic love. It can be a romantic love. And just go off of that. Even like I'm not like I don't think that's necessarily true in this case. Maybe they don't want to sacrifice their morals, but either tell him or like you don't need to like freak out like that. The raven coming out of that guy's back was kind of creepy. The last few pages of this book, I kind of don't understand what happened. But yes, that is my thoughts with book one, Raven Boys, specifically the graphic novel.